Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side. The other side of sports is your host, Laws, in the building. It's me, it's Aaron. We in the building rocking out. I know y'all been waiting all week to hear what we got to say about all the stuff that's happening across the world of sports. We're going to get into it. For starters, before we get into the sports commentary and get into that, I seen this today, Aaron, and I just was like, I think it's time we just keep it 100 with the people, dog, because it's a lot of delusions going around. And
mom of 7, and I'm 33.
Okay.
With being a mom of 7, do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, so this is hold on. We're talking about 7 children, okay? This is no offense to you because it's absolutely possible for you to find a quality man. What makes it a tad bit difficult is that you have to find a man who has the financial footing to take care of you and 7 children. And then you also have to be able to find a man who is going to be willing to come in and create structure in that household. 7 children on one person is a lot to create structure in. So there's a lot that this man is going to have to come in and do. On top of that, creating a secure space for you when you have to be a mother and you have to take care of the majority of the things that happen in a house. Are you going to have the ability to be able to love this man in a way that he needs to be loved, in a way that registers as love to him when you have to love 7 other individuals? You're going to need a man who can love those children as his own. Yep. That is a huge responsibility to put on a person who does not have those children. Those are not his kids. Right. But if I were you, no disrespect, I'll try to work it out with the father.
I think they troll.
Why they lie to that? Why they lie to that girl, dog? Why they lie to her, dog?
How she lied? She told her to go work it out with the father. That's the correct answer.
No. The first problem with this whole situation, why is the youngin' the first one to tell her what she need to do to find? That's why the joke is so fluke, because she just lied to her. She told her what she thinks she need to do. That's not. No Bama is taking on those 7 children, dog. It's not happening. No Bama of means.
See, this
it's not happening, dog. It's not earned. It's not happening. She needed to focus on raising her kids, and a man in her life needs to be the last thing she's thinking about.
That actually, if she's gonna raise good kids, a man in her life is the first thing she need to be thinking about. Because single mothers don't raise great children. Period.
How's she gonna get a man? She gonna get a surrogate Bama off the internet to just pay him to just show up, take the kids to the park, and hoop with him and all that type of stuff? A Bama not gonna marry her. Come on, what we talking about? Aren't we not gonna do it like the other people do it.
No,
dog.
I'm not saying she gonna go out and be able to get a cream of the crop type eligible bachelor like that. At 33 with 7 kids, the financial responsibility that is going to take, you talking about a Bama making $400,000 or $500,000 a year. At that age, that's already slim picking. So you talking about a 50-year-old Bama, she gonna have to date somebody that she way out of their league. It's gonna have to be a Bama like damn near on his deathbed. Like, no, I'm dead serious. Like, she gonna have to go to the bottom of the barrel as far as things that she would typically be attracted to. So looks is gonna have to be off the table. Height got to be off the table. She just got to find a Bama that is financially in a place to take it on and has the mental wherewithal to be like a male figure in the lives of 7 children. Then the amount of attention that 7 kids need, like, how do you even? Dog, this is borderline.
Get
back with the dad.
House, dog.
Get back. She got to get back with the dad.
She talking about shaking her head. Oh no, you had 7 children with this man.
Right.
What do you mean? You shaking your head? No, I can't. What do you mean? You mean to tell me you made 7 bad decisions with somebody you can't tolerate at all? Come on, man. This is ridiculous.
That's the answer to the test. You gotta get back with the dad. I don't care if he outside. As long as he's not whooping on you and abusing the kids, you need to get back with him.
Jump crazy, dog. The fact is you even had the unmitigated goal to stand up and say, I got 7 children for somebody.
Now, when she said she had 7 kids, I thought it was a 0% chance they was with the same dad. Like the fact that they was with the same dude,
I thought it was 0.
she could have been married, which is a plus. Like to me,
Yeah,
a divorced woman is held in higher regard than a woman that just popped up pregnant by some Joe Blow
that's true. That's
or some
true.
bad decision. So like they all with the same guy. 7 is a lot. I just think the financial regard, and you just
Bro,
got to get rid of all of the things.
you go to McDonald's. That's 7 Happy Meals, dog. You got to.
It's expensive, though.
That's $100.
And that depends on where you live. If you got to be in Arkansas or Knoxville or something. Because if you live in DC,
Bro, when I go to
or
the grocery store and I go shopping, I get like 1 piece of salmon. I cut it 3 ways. Dog, you got to buy 3 salmons every time, 4
expensive.
juices every
It's expensive.
time. You got to buy.
You also talking about in what context? If you're looking for somebody to marry you, that's probably slim pickings. Are you talking about somebody to come over when the kids go to sleep at 9:30? Like you could probably, you know what I mean? Like
You can
what's the
find that.
context of finding a man?
You can find that, but yeah, Alabama who going, you know what I'm saying?
Just
Maybe
assume,
$30, a few here and there.
because
But dog, ain't no.
if a guy is breaded, right? He breaded enough to take care of 7 kids. If he wants 7 kids, he can go make 7 kids with a 20-something-year-old woman.
That's what I'm saying.
Why are you going to select a 33-year-old woman with 7 kids that belong to somebody else?
Already been burnt out, ties all worn out. You ain't about to get in that car.
It's tough. That's tough. Get back with the father. That's the right answer to all of those questions. Is get back with the dad.
That's a fail. Dog.
Work on your forgiveness. I know he probably cheated or he probably was OC. Whatever reason you chose.
He probably hit it with the where you gonna go? Who gonna
and now it's settling in.
Yeah, dog. I mean, you standing up in panels with a whole public forum to ask a question that you already know the answer to. You already know.
I don't think it's real, dog. I think it was a troll. Like somebody set that joint up.
Just told her, hey, when we get in here, we gonna 10 minutes in, we're gonna ask a question to the audience. You got to stand up. You know, we
7 kids, though.
Come on, man. Come on, dog.
That's one of them old world families, dog. Like
you travel, dog. 1 plane ticket, $400, dog. You can't. You gotta leave a kid for any adult.
That's if all your kids is 5'10" and under. If their balance or slim and in shape. If you got some chubby kids, first class tickets is 3 times the price.
Dog, it's a fail. We done. Mike Tyson about to fight Jake Paul.
Yeah, man.
In the summer. Hey, Jake, don't do it.
What if he knocked Tyson out?
If he knocked Tyson out, I will humble myself.
Your childhood is over.
My childhood over, dog. Hey, dog, it's no way though. Mike Tyson, I don't care. I mean, you seen videos recently. The Bama still can swing them hammers.
Time is undefeated.
It is undefeated, but dog, you think Mike Tyson gonna let this white boy embarrass him in front of the world, dog?
It's not about will, dog. It's about father time.
So Aaron, so who you got? You got Jake Paul?
I don't know. I ain't done my research yet, but if you talking about a Bama 20-something years old fighting a 50-something-year-old Bama,
dog, but it's Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson 50 different.
Dog,
that's a different.
Jake Paul be boxing for real. Like, I know he came from YouTube and he white, so Bama's look at him like, you should knock this Bama out. You can't let no white boy knock you out. He been punishing. He be punishing Bama.
He been throwing stars.
He take it serious. And the Bama like 6'2" in Diesel. Yeah. So of course, you know I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Tyson. I'm hoping Tyson put. I'm hoping Tyson put wings on this Bama.
Tyson got to do it. For
that being said,
he got to square this Bama. He got to sleep this Bama, dog, for all of us, dog. It's about to be close to election
you
time.
You go to work and they gonna be cheesing when you get to work. Hey, Harold? Did you see Iron Mike?
Hey,
on the ropes.
Hey,
you know they're gonna be at work.
Hey, we too close to election time, dog. Yeah, he gotta punish that back.
You know Trump gonna have him on stage when he knock Tyson out.
You already know, dog. You already know.
They're gonna be dog whistling left and right, dog. It can't happen.
You already know, dog.
Tyson got the wings on his back.
He got to. The 6-piece Hooters.
Garlic Parmesan.
Yeah, garlic Parmesan. The Old Bay joint, the sweet rotisserie hickory Old Bay joint. Dog, gotta finish him for all of us, dog. Shout out Tasha. Tasha was right. She said Russell Wilson, the Steelers, that's a good fit. The Steelers went ahead, got Russell Wilson 2 weeks ago, brought him in. Then they turn around and to a shocker that everybody, I was shocked when this happened. Justin Fields traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a 6th-round pick, potentially can turn into a 4th-round pick. But I don't get it, Aaron. The only thing that makes sense to me, because I'm always trying to put the pieces together. I feel like this is league orchestrated to try to devalue quarterbacks like Justin Fields and to push teams away. Like it's almost like a penalty for drafting a guy like Justin Fields who can run and throw and just like, you want to go this route, just know you won't get the value back if it don't work out. Like it seems like that's kind of behind it because it doesn't make sense to me why the Bears would take away all their leverage and trade Justin Fields a month before the draft. Does it make sense to you, Aaron? Because I'm confused.
I mean, they had no leverage because everybody knew what they were going to do out the gate, and then they waited so long, trying to pretend like they didn't know what they were going to do when everybody knew exactly what they were going to do. But you have this weird standard where it's like teams take these positions, I feel like, to prove points, but it doesn't really add up when you look at other things they do. Like when you look at last year, when the Falcons could have had Lamar Jackson for $200 million, they decide not to, but they take a 35-year-old Kirk Cousins off a torn Achilles and pay him $180 million. It's like little stuff like that. When you look at it, you mean to tell me the Giants couldn't use Justin Fields, as awful as they are at quarterback, with $40 million going to Daniel Jones, when Justin Fields is set to make like $1-point-something million next year? Like the Rams couldn't use him, the Vikings couldn't use him, the Saints couldn't use him. It's just the stuff just doesn't add up. Well, the Skins couldn't take him for a 6. You couldn't take a flyer on him. You trotted out 5th-round Sam Howell garbage ass for all those games last year. And so for me, it just gets really weird. And if you try to make sense of it, it's never going to make sense because it's never just about the football on the field. Because you can't go pay a Daniel Jones $40 million and then turn around and you don't have a 6th-round pick to get a Justin Fields. If the bar is all you got to throw is 15 touchdowns, I promise you he can do that. And he runs better than Daniel Jones too. So it's just, it gets real, real tricky. When you look at the Raiders couldn't have given up a 6th-round pick. The Patriots couldn't give up a 6th-round pick. The Jets for a backup quarterback that you're only going to pay $1 million. It's just, it gets real tricky. It gets real tricky.
Now, granted, I will say this. If Justin Fields were to go anywhere, the Pittsburgh Steelers is the place to be, dog. I think that they, from a structure standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, and Tomlin, and just the way that he just out the gate just was like, it's not a quarterback competition. Like Russ is going to be our guy, and he's going to learn from a Super Bowl quarterback. And like just even to be able to say that, and it just not really be a thing, I respect Tomlin and for making this move. Even I don't know what was behind the scenes or the inner workings of the team to try to make this happen. But this was brilliant on their end because essentially you got Russell Wilson for a year. If he gets hurt or it's not working out, you can pivot to Justin Fields and you almost set yourself up for the future without having to mortgage the future to get or to get a high draft pick. Like you really set yourself up from an organization standpoint to continue to be solid and good. Because we all know, personally, I think Justin Fields is a lot better than they trying to paint the narrative on him. And clearly that organization in Chicago just was not fit to extract the best out of Justin Fields. And he didn't look terrible. So I just, it's baffling to me. But to me, it's again, like you say, it's bigger than football. It's the Kaepernick joke, kneeling. It's that white supremacist undercurrent that lives in the NFL that we just all know is there, where stuff that doesn't make sense, they just do. And this is not the only thing. The next thing on the docket that's happening is now all of a sudden this JJ McCarthy, this Drake Maye, these guys.
Every year. every year.
And it's like it's a resurgence in these guys trying to push them up the board and talk about how great they are. And oh, I think JJ McCarthy might have something, you could use him similar like this, comparing them, because after the year's over, all these Bamas and what they say is just going to disappear off the internet anyway. It's so troubling to me watching Kurt Warner, who I think is a pretty good quarterback, right? Try to size Drake Maye and downplay Jaden Daniels in his little film review. And granted, I know that across the board, everybody who watches football, you're gonna have biases, right? It's just inherent in sports. People like certain players for certain reasons and stuff like that. But we not gonna act like Jaden Daniels and Drake Maye are in the same stratosphere as far
You
as
cannot
talent
name
and
one
prospect.
thing Drake Maye does better than Jaden Daniels. They never can.
Not
They
one
never even
thing.
tried to.
And
It's not one thing about quarterbacking that he does better. Not one.
And the thing is, it's like it's almost like it's a concerted effort to just try to like knock these guys down because you don't have as many Jaden Daniels available. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, oh, we got to prop these guys up. Like, we got to keep the generic standard quarterback alive, and we got to just make up these narratives and just
I talked about
whatever
this in
it takes.
2012, and you got frustrated with me during the season when I told you, dog, because it started with RG3, yeah, and the way Kyle was able to use this Bama and get the use out of him that early as a rookie, and then we saw Seattle completely change what they were trying to do with Russell Wilson and use him similar. We saw Kaepernick be used midway through the season. All those teams with those mobile quarterbacks changed what they were doing to kind of lean towards what they saw Washington doing that year. And then we saw every mouth that you can find on TV trying to come up with a reason why, oh, it's not going to work for long and defenses are going to catch up, and then trying to like
the read
push
option is not going to work.
Try to push it down and like downplay the success that they were able to have and how much it opens up an offense and it makes it harder on a defense and puts pressure on them to be able to cover a quarterback who can move that way and be able to cover the field and still stay in the same coverages that they like to stay in. It puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And I could see a concerted effort where they saw how much things were changing at that point. I would dare you to go back and look at how many white quarterbacks were in the league in 2011, then look at 2012, and then look at the league now. Like that year, Kyle Shanahan basically changed the entire climate of the NFL with what he was able to do here for that year. And if it wasn't for an injury, we were talking about this in the gym the other day, it was looking like Washington might be going to get a chip if the Bama didn't pop his knee in that playoff game against Seattle, because they was finished down 14-0. So it's just, you can see, and the league knows their fan base. Mm-hmm. They know they're not great people, and that because all you got to do is look at the comment sections of any of these conversations with any of these teams, and you watch how they prop up certain bums, and then they extra slander other people that are better than the guys that they feel comfortable with. So the league looks at this and is like, look what happened to the NBA. Once the NBA went from primarily white to black, you see how the percentage of the fans it became like this almost afterthought. Not as bad as baseball, but just like nobody watches NBA anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think the league is trying to mitigate it turning completely into the NBA, where it's basically overrun with guys that don't look like the fan base, because they know how these people are in this country. They know how they are, and they want to see guys that look like them. They got to keep kickers, quarterbacks, and head coaches and OCs primarily them.
Yeah, because it doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you watching, you like, oh, y'all Grace beating, dog. Tell me, what is it about? Like, tell me what we're looking at, people.
Name one thing Drake Maye does better than Daniels.
Not one thing. Not based upon the stats, not based upon the tape. There's nothing, dog. Matter of fact, even the progression. Drake Maye regressed last year. Jaden Daniels got better. They going in two different directions.
It makes no sense.
Miles apart.
And if your team drafts that guy, I'm out for five. I'm out.
I'm out too, dog.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I can't do it because it tells me it's not about football.
It's not about football. And I'm already suspicious of this owner.
And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's calling them on the back end to be like, hey, you probably want to do this because this is where the league is moving. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it's that insidious, though, because clear we're saying this JJ McCarthy. You mean to tell me JJ McCarthy, like from a passing standpoint, is better than Penix? Get the frick out of here, dog.
Maye or McCarthy aren't better than Penix.
Get the hell out of here, dog. I just when you start saying that just tells me like it's not based upon. It's not about football. It's based on anything else, dog. You just drumming up and just trying to conjure up, and this is okay because we've been here before, Aaron. We've been saying this before. We've done saying, oh, this guy is really not that good. We did the Mr. Trubisky. We did the Zach Wilsons. We did all of this. People, oh, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. He got an arm.
Sam Darnold.
Did you see the list? He could throw this, blah, blah. We're like, dog, we don't care about none of that. Dog, what did he do? First of all, I'm going to tell you how biased it is. I watched the Kurt Warner tape on Jaden Daniels, and then I watched the Kurt Warner tape on Drake Maye. Two different quarterbacks, two different teams. Guess who Jaden Daniels was playing when he was reviewing the tape? Alabama. Guess who Drake Maye was playing when he?
Bowie State. You know how it goes, dog.
Might as well, dog. It wasn't a top talent. It wasn't a top team.
Because he definitely won in the SEC.
No, it's ridiculous, dog. So I mean, I know what it is. I ain't even tripping off the jump. We know what it is. So
if your team takes Drake Maye.
I know. First of all, if they take Drake Maye, they not my team no more. Because I realized that it's not about football, dog. And it's
all
not
the
about
BS
football.
that Nova is trying to sell everybody. Oh, we got to be patient.
No, I'm saying Daniel Jeremiah, all these people. And granted, they try to hide it. And this is another little tactic that they pull with the draft picks. Please pay attention, people. They put out mock drafts, right? And a mock draft is saying, this team, I think this team is going to pick this player, right? But it's subconsciously saying that this player is better than this player,
right?
Because the picks are based off of evaluations. It's based off who's better than who. So if you're saying that the first pick is going to be Caleb Williams and then the second pick is going to be Drake Maye, right? And you have Washington picking Drake Maye, you're subconsciously saying that Drake Maye is better than Jaden Daniels, right? But you're couching it in it's just a mock draft. It's just who we think the teams are gonna pick. I'm telling you, these people are not good people, dog. And it's ridiculous. And I'm tired of it. And like watching the jump, it's just making me.
It's every year. It's groundhog.
Every year, dog. It's like, what are we doing, people? So I'm just telling y'all right now, y'all need to pay attention and see. And we keeping receipts because we got them, right? You know what I'm saying? That we got the receipts.
9 years strong.
We're gonna come back next year and be like, yeah, we told you, because you know what happens, Aaron? It always happens this way. The year starts out, people see some flashes, just like we said. What was the Bama who got drafted last year with the blonde hair, went to Tennessee? We said it was gonna be some sauce. What's his name, dog?
From Kentucky.
Kentucky, him. We was like, nah, this Bama, he ain't that good, blah, blah, blah. Bama
mayonnaise and coffee, Bama.
Yeah, Bama went to the team. First game, Bama threw 3 touchdowns. I'm like, oh, yeah, this Bama vicious. Dog, what did he finish with? Bama terrible, dog. Stop it. People. Stop it. We do this. All right, on to some other stuff, man. They got new Netflix special wide receiver on Netflix coming out like they did quarterback last year. They got Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think it'll be good. But the thing is, those are all like Pro Bowl receivers, right? I want to see the Bama who's trying to make it. I don't want to see them for real. Like we know Justin Jefferson a cooker. We know Devontae Adams a cooker. They regiment and how they do that. Like I want to see the up and come. Put Jahan Dawson or somebody on there. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody gonna watch.
Yeah. Nah, I'm saying you sprinkle them in with somebody, like you put like 2 Pro Bowlers on there. Then you put some like lower level Bamas that's trying to like come up, so you can show both sides of the coin. Like the Bamas who do it, and then the Bamas who trying to like learn how to do it,
You wasting
I
your
think that.
storage capacity on that camera on Jahan Dotson, and then the editing time, the Bama's you got to pay on Jahan Dotson. That's what Hard
Oh,
Knocks is for
yeah.
the new coming Bama. Like they like, nah, we want the guys. I don't know why they had Kirk in there,
Okay.
but they want the guys.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. Did you see this, Aaron?
Did not score and only had one shot attempt in that first half. Another turnover for Utah. Edwards gets it back and threw it down and one from the ref.
My man almost broke his wrist on it.
He my favorite player in the league now, dog.
Dog, he my favorite player,
throwback.
dog. He MJ reincarnated out here, bro. And son, they won't make him the face of the league because he's too OC. But
And
he
in
the
Minnesota.
he the realest.
They got to get him to a big city.
They got this. I think they just need to put a handle on him, dog. Dude like Stern used to do Stern's orders back in the day. He just put a handle. Dog, you heard what Carmelo said. He said Stern came up to him and was like, "Hey, bro, we know who you rock with. We know who you hang with. We know everything about you, bro. Hey, leave it alone." He said he had a decision to make. They need to go and holler at the Bama straight like that. Like, look, bro. Look,
it ain't the old days.
We'll let you hold the baton, but just like Ja, we'll take it away from you. But if you walk the straight and narrow, we give you the keys.
The thing is, I don't think he really that OC. He just like the reason he's so likable is because he's himself. Like Ja is like a fake tough guy.
He's Marshawn Lynch on the basketball court. He Marshawn Lynch.
But that's not a bad thing. Like Marshawn is really hood and he knows how to stay within the guardrails as far as he'll be OC, but he know how to stay in the guardrails. It's the fake tough guys, the suburb Bamas that want to be super thug that you got to watch, like Ja and certain Bamas like that. I think like this Bama stroking porn stars and like that's just run of the mill NBA stuff. You just didn't hear it about your favorite players back in the day before social media.
Yeah, that's
it wasn't no screenshots of text and all that stuff. So like I think that's pretty much par with the course.
Dog, he real, dog. That Bama the realest basketball player right now. Like
they gotta get him.
He must see TV, and that's what you need to propel the league forward. You need guys who are must see TV. Like, I mean, this is one of his dunks, but dog, he got a few on his highlight reel that you be like, yeah. I mean, he was watching his own dunk. He was like, yeah, nigga, I dunked on
that little nigga.
I like, bro, you gotta chill, bro. But he authentically himself, and it works. And if you the league, you gotta figure out how to get dollars behind him, dog, because
they gotta get him to New York or LA, or they gotta figure out a backdoor move, even if it's a scandal, like something fluke to get him out of Minnesota and get him somewhere else.
Dog, where would he be? Where would the best place to put him?
New York,
at?
the Knicks. The Knicks.
Oh my goodness! I
can't stand New York and I can't stand the Knicks.
Could you imagine?
But if they got him in that market where he would get the right amount of camera time and
not Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson. Dog, him and Jalen Brunson, that would be a tandem, dog. I mean, that Bama he aggressive. Bama can shoot the tray. He can get to the cup. He can pull up like handles. He got everything in his bag, and he got bounce and super athleticism. I'm talking about like MJ athleticism. Like MJ was so athletic that the Bama could switch hands midair. Like he just do whatever he want, dog. Like palm the ball on Bamas and be like this and anything he want. I feel like he got that in his bag. Like he just, it was a game where Wooden Call was talking trash to him, like Draymond or somebody. Dog, the Bama was like, all right, yeah, okay, I got you. Next play, never came dunked on it ever. Like that's the type of stuff that moves the needle. You see how I'm talking like now? I got the excitement back. Like this is when I was a kid type poster on the wall type excitement. When you got a guy like this, you gotta put the bread behind him. He just got a signature shoe, hook him. Yeah, so we're gonna see what they do. I mean, right now, if you're looking at the top players in the league, right? Who would you say the most marketable players?
Other than the white guys, like of course, Jokic and Luka for whatever reason. But then you got beyond that, you're gonna have Anthony Edwards. If you're not talking about young guys, of course there's KD, LeBron, and Steph, but that's about to be over with soon.
Yeah, they faded.
Ja doesn't want it. Fat Boy in New Orleans doesn't want it.
No.
Um,
Fat Boy in Philly don't want
yeah,
it.
he don't want it. To me, all I see really is Wimbenyama. Like
Wembanyama. Okay.
he's better than I thought he was going to be coming in. I thought he would be
Yeah,
fine.
but
Like I didn't think he was going to be a bum. Like
Bama is a string bean, dog.
Yeah.
How he can't be so.
He got real handles. He could really shoot it. He got touch around the rim, even with the layups. He could dunk it from anywhere on the court. So to me, like he's gonna be a star too.
Yeah.
If his garbage teammates get him to rock the way they supposed to, they be freezing the Bam out, and he still get 20.
Yeah. Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So Wembanyama and Edwards is all you got. They got to get an influx of a new young talent in the league quick.
Yeah.
Your boy in Orlando, like he even all right, but he don't have no star quality.
Tatum just Tatum don't got the demeanor,
the personality.
The personality. Like he a cooker. Don't get it twisted.
He a cooker,
and he can take over. He can do that, but he don't like.
He don't have a star power.
He don't do stuff to people on the court. Like he just get buckets, but he don't.
You don't hear him talking trash or he don't have any demonstrative like body language or anything. He's just like a regular cooker.
You need a little bit of that. You need a little bit of that. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I think Anthony Edwards got to be at the top of the food chain to be like the face of the league sometime soon, though. So
get him New York or LA ASAP.
Yeah, you got to get him to a big market. Before we get out of here, I mean, you got March Madness coming Thursday. I ain't watched no college basketball all year, dog. Matter of fact, I don't even know how legitimate this jump about to be. It's about to be upset city, dog. Bama's is throwing games for bread on FanDuel, all types of crazy stuff.
I watched more women's basketball than men's college basketball this year.
Yeah, I just, I'm gonna holler at my nephew.
Name 3 players in men's college basketball.
Dang, dog. Why you do that to me, dog? Bama's gonna think I don't know yet. Listen, let me just tell y'all, because the fans, I know people are like, dog, these Bama's are incredible. They don't even watch college basketball. So this is what I do. This is my whole philosophy around the jump. I watch the March Madness, and that's how I decipher who's who and what's what. Because I feel like it's a good litmus test to see Bama's who in college that can really do it. And I'm only looking at it to see who can do it and actually make it to the next level. Now, I know dude from Kentucky, I can't think of his name, but the guard, that Bama real. I know that much. He real. I can't think of his name, but Bama's know who I'm talking about. He real. But like, I don't really know all the guys that's there in the league. Like, I'm gonna find out through the tournament. That's how I as I'm watching, I'm like, oh, this Bama real. Oh, okay, this Bama can do it. Like. That's what it is. I watch it. I'm gonna fill out a bracket. I'm probably lose $50 or so. Just, what I'm saying, messing with it. It's just par for the course. Yeah. So I'm gonna be tuned in and see what it's doing. And yeah. Anything else we forget to talk about today?
How your Wizards doing?
Dog, hey, let me tell you something, bro. This the worst the Wizards ever been in my entire lifetime. Like, this is the worst team in my 40 years, dog. This is the worst team I ever witnessed. Ever. In the history of the Washington Bullets / Wizards. This is literally the worst team of all time. They don't. I mean, I guess they trying, but they're just so terrible, bro. They're just so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. I'd rather fold clothes, dog. I'd rather fold clothes because it just.
Have you seen the whole Wizards game this year?
I watched one. One whole Wizards game, and I think this is after. I think I watched it after they fired the head coach. I think I watched that game after that. And then I saw that product and I said, oh, nah, I can't watch this. And I haven't really watched it since, though. I had it on TV the other night. We had family in town.
Help you sleep?
Yeah, dog. You know what I'm saying? It was just on, dog. It was just on. I wasn't even watching it. I thought my brother-in-law wanted to watch it. So I I was like, let me just put some basketball on. You know
He
what I'm saying?
didn't watch it either.
Yeah, he ain't watching even. Bam was on his laptop doing work. I just nobody care, bro. This joint is unwatchable product. I will not.
And the
Listen.
tickets are still insane. That's the part that's crazy.
No, stop it. Stop it.
The
There's no
tickets
way.
are still insane.
What
I
is
hit the Bama the
the
what you
rep?
call
The
the
Wizards
rep.
rep? Mhm.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, how much when the Wizards was coming into town? How much for? Excuse me, for where my seats used to be, right? This Bama came back and said 1,900 per seat. I didn't even respond to this. I'm like, you got to be
1900 what? 1900 what?
per seat
Per
for
month?
2 tickets. No, just for 2 tickets to the Warriors game in the same place my seats was last year.
No, you should have sent him back.
Nigga, I ain't respond.
You should have responded. Like, bruh, are you kidding
I
me?
should have swung on the nigga. Like, no, that's egregious.
Dog, that's egregious, dog. You got this product and you expect people to pay that type of money for this product? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I know inflation is a real thing, but this is just getting out of control, dog. You saying you don't care about your fan base at all when you throw egregious numbers out there like that, dog. That's like me trying to sell my neighbor my trash can in the back of my house for $500. He gonna be like, "What, man? You don't like it." Just no,
It's out of control.
it's out of
Out of
control.
control.
Shout out to Where's Buffy. Shout out to Last Year Radio. Shout out to Kingdom with G-Man. Shout out to Sports Talk Tasha. Shout out to my man Wes, Will, Daryl, Chris, everybody who rock with us heavy. We out.